Hey everyone, Marathon Hurdler back with some more Final Fantasy VIII. Last time we went to the TV station in Timber to figure out what Gabaldia was up to, and we found out that they were announcing some sort of peace conference, but it seemed like the peace conference might be a bit of a sham because their ambassador for the peace conference was the sorceress, a shady figure who we were introduced to once Cypher stormed in and attempted to take the president hostage. The sorceress and Cypher took off, and now we're on the run ourselves. And it seems like this lady might be willing to help us out to find a place where we can hide away until everything calms down. Yeah, so now we're just gonna follow her, and hopefully we'll be able to be safe until the soldiers get away. Yeah, our plan didn't quite work out as well as we'd hoped. We were gonna announce our big plans to liberate Timber, but it didn't quite. When Cypher showed up, it just threw everything off, and then Zell made the mistake of announcing that we were all from Garden, and so it leaves us in a very precarious position. Well, this seems like a cozy little home, though. Chief? Is she part of the Forest Owls? No, she is the leader of Forest Fox. Yeah, so it seems like everyone in this town is part of some resistance group. But I have to say, just as an economist, or an economist in training, it doesn't seem to be that efficient to have a dozen or however many small little resistance groups that they have, as opposed to having one large resistance group. You know, I mean, if you're trying to fight a major army, you would want to have your resources pooled together, and it is never really explained why they don't cooperate more. Although I guess if only one group is active, then that might make more sense. But anyway. Yeah, well, I guess that would make sense. We knew before that Cypher and Renoa had some sort of personal relationship, so I can imagine her talking to him about it, and Cypher being as intense as he is and having all those romantic dreams, probably thought it would be a good idea to come help us out, even if he was a little reckless in doing so. Uh-oh. Yeah, we gotta get upstairs. Maybe we might have to jump out the window or something. Don't wanna cause a ruckus here. Oh, or maybe she can handle them herself. That's quite a potent combination. Yeah, maybe we'll be fine then. They do a lot of the characters, or a gesture that they do a lot in this game is that little weird hand wavy thing, and they use it for a lot of different situations. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to represent, but anyway. Yeah, so now we get some backstory on why Cypher showed up. Well, what did you expect? They weren't gonna send. I don't think Sid or anyone took this group very seriously. If they were serious, they'd have more money by now. But yeah, Cypher doesn't play around, so we probably should have taken it more seriously. Yeah, I'd imagine it's not going to work out well if you try to assassinate the president. And there goes Renoa, telling us how we should be more emotional or have more feelings or whatever. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against emotions or anything. I have emotions myself sometimes, but Renoa just, I don't know, she just gets a little preachy about it. It's kind of over the top. I'm not a big fan. Yeah. I wonder who this sorceress is, though. They don't really mention anything. I mean, they haven't mentioned her up to this point, but it seems like she is some sort of villain, because they refer to her as the sorceress, not a sorceress, but the sorceress. I'm kind of makes you wonder what she was doing up until this point. Did she have a castle or something? Was she stewing up some type of spell on her cauldron up in the top of a mountain or something? I don't know. I wonder what she was doing up to this point. I'm sure they'll explain that later. Yeah, that's a little harsh, Squall. Don't get me wrong. I agree with Squall that Renoa is trying too hard to make us feel emotional about Cypher when, first of all, no one really likes the guy, and secondly, he had to know what was going to happen if he came up here. But Squall didn't have to go that hard at her. Well, that was quick. Yeah, we should take advantage of this. We sure do. And Zell is still moping. And Renoa, whatever. Let's get out of here. Alright. So let's just take off. I don't know why Zell is once again sitting in the corner. We literally just came downstairs. Yeah, let's get out of here first, and then we can figure out. Oh, okay. Stop reading my mind, Keistis. What are we gonna do then? Yeah, you could at least give us a hint of what you're thinking, or you could just make us recite from the Garden Bible. Okay. All right, nearest garden. Where would that be? Really? So, we have to go even deeper into enemy territory? That seems smart. Fine. Why don't we just... I guess we can't take the intercontinental train back to Balam, so... Okay. Guess we have no choice. Alright, so now we get to choose who we want to put into our party. And since Renoa's already junctioned up, I'll just throw her in. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's get out of here. And there she goes, waving at us with that little weird waving gesture again. But before we leave, we get a couple of items. Nothing too useful, but, you know, better than nothing. Now let's see. Okay, before we go, we can talk to this soldier. And it turns out that the soldier is... yeah. It's Watts. Uh-oh. Oh, there's one more train. So we can get on it. We're good. Yeah, we gotta get on the train. For what? Why do we need more info? We have no plans right now. There is nothing else we can do. Seriously, a pretty incompetent group, I have to say. Okay, buddy. Come on, Renoa. No need to hang out here. Let's just head home. Or not home, to Galbadia. And here's Zone, dressed up as some old man. Yes. Well, how are we gonna get out of here then? Yeah. Well, kill people if we have to. We're mercenaries. That's what we do. Or Zone can just give us the tickets himself. That works too. Of course, Renoa has to get one. Gotta give them to the seed people. But that leaves one... Uh-oh. He's just gonna have to walk, I guess. Sucks to be you. Shouldn't have let Cypher out of the disciplinary room, then you wouldn't find yourself in this predicament. Or Zone is gonna give her a ticket. Wow, Zone. That was actually pretty brave of you. And now I lost all the respect that I just gained for you. Seriously, man. You can't go 2 seconds without your stomach crapping out on you. I swear, like, again, this is moments like this just really do not win Renoa over for me. Like, this is supposed to be, I guess this is supposed to be an emotional moment, but I'm not feeling it, you know? Like, the soldiers in Timber aren't really hanging around. Like, are they really actively looking for Zone and Watts or anyone else? I mean, I guess maybe so, and I guess they talk about it more later, but they just blow it up like, oh my god, we may never see each other again. And it's like, they could just leave. They could just like walk out the front gate and go somewhere. I don't understand why this is made out to be like some huge deal. Yeah, we tried to kidnap the president, but they don't, I don't know. It just, yeah, they don't make it seem like it is as dangerous as it was around here. Yes, there were soldiers here, but it was almost as if the soldiers were just here for the TV announcement anyway. So it's almost as if the soldiers didn't really care about what was going on with us kidnapping the president. So anyway, time to get on the train, and we're good to go. All right, made it out safely. This train is, there we go. Let's say that train was taking its sweet time there. Alright, so I guess we're just gonna hang out and wait till we get to East Academy, and then we'll be good to go. And there's Selphie staring at the door. I'm guessing she wants to go stare out the window. Yep, that's about right. I find it funny that like they're in the middle of this like high stress situation, or what they're playing up to be this high stress situation, and yet Selphie basically just is allowed to do whatever she wants. You know, instead of talking about strategy or what just happened or what might be coming up next, instead they're just like, Selphie, let her do whatever she wants. It's kind of funny, given that, you know, she is also a seed. But yeah, so we'll just talk to everyone here. Let's see. Yep. Talk to Renoa. Yep, we made it. Yeah, that was awfully nice of Zone. So Zone likes his pornography. I guess I can see that. And I kind of like the, I can kind of see Keistis, given how Keistis is kind of having a sarcastic or snarky, or saying that in a pretty snarky way, like, oh, I'll keep that in mind, I guess? I don't know. Anyway, talk to Selphie as well. If you hang around, she'll start singing that song again about trains taking us away and flying us to other places, which obviously makes no sense, but whatever. That's Selphie. And now, as you can see, Zell is like shaking his head, so now we can talk to him, say leave him alone, and then that finishes things up here. So, but you have to talk to everyone first. You can't just talk to Zell right away, otherwise he just doesn't say anything, which is basically the same thing as you do now, but for some reason that doesn't count. So you gotta talk to everyone else, then talk to Zell, and then you can move on. So here's the East Academy Station, but we don't want to get off here. Instead, what we want to do is get off at the Dollet Station, because there are a couple little things that we can do while we're here, and I figured I'd go ahead and show that off. So, if you remember, before we left for Timber, this is where we sent the Queen of Cards, and now that she's here, we can do a couple of little side quests. So, the first thing we want to do is we want to change some of the rules in this region. So, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show off what I'm going to do. The easiest thing to do is just to play this girl right at the front gate. She'll say, you have some rules that are unfamiliar here, do you want to mix? And then we say yes. And so once we get to the card screen, I'll explain some of the rules that we have going on here. So in Timber, we were playing with the open rule and the same rule. Dollet has the random rule and the elemental rule. Random does exactly what you think it does. It'll pick 5 random cards for you that you have to play with. Elemental is a rule where they'll randomly put elemental symbols on some of the squares. If that symbol matches a symbol on your card, you get a boost in your strength. Otherwise, you get a penalty. Elemental is not really a problematic rule. It can just be a little bit annoying sometimes. Random is very, very annoying, so we want to get rid of that rule. In addition, we definitely want to spread the open rule. The way you do that, as we were doing before, or as I did before when I was playing Watch and the Train, you start a game, but instead of playing, you just choose to quit. And if we get lucky, we will spread the open rule pretty quickly here. If not, yeah, there you go. The open rule almost always spreads immediately. You don't really have to try that hard to spread the open rule. So now we spread the open rule. So the next thing we want to do is head to Timber, and I will meet you back there. Okay, we're back in Timber. So now what I want to do is play this guy, or challenge this guy to a game of cards, but I do not want to play him. Instead, I'm just going to decline the game, and I'm going to do this over and over again until he stops asking us to mix. And the reason we don't want to play a game against him is if we do, then there's a chance that one of the rules we bring with us will spread, and we definitely do not want random or elemental to spread to this region. Well, elemental's not as bad, but there's just no reason to have that rule spreading if we don't need to. So now that we've done this, we've picked up Timber's rules again, and now we can go back to Dollet to try to eliminate the random and elemental rules. So what I'll do now is meet you back in Dollet. Okay, I'm back in Dollet. So once again, we're gonna play this person right here. She'll ask us if we want to mix. We're gonna choose yes. But now what we're looking for is for her to either abolish the elemental rule or the random rule. And this can take some time. The most likely scenario is that she'll spread same, or the second most common outcome is she'll abolish the open rule, which we just spread, which we also do not want. And then sometimes she just won't spread a rule at all. So we're gonna keep doing this, and hopefully we'll get her to abolish one of the rules. If I can't get her to do this now, I've already made a backup file off screen where I've abolished both the random rule and the elemental rule. But I'd like to be able to show off, maybe I'll get lucky and I can show off. Okay, so in this case she's just spread the same rule. So unfortunately I won't be able to show off, I guess I won't be able to show off spreading the random rule, elemental rule. But if you just keep playing her, so what I would do in this case is I would make a save file once you spread the open rule and gone to Timber right outside Dollet. If she doesn't eliminate the random rule or the elemental rule, just reset your game, do a soft reset, come back in, play her again, and try it until she abolishes one of the 2 rules you want. When I did this off screen, it took me about 30 minutes total to eliminate the 2 rules, but yeah, it could happen faster or it could take even longer. That's just kind of the random nature of abolishing rules. At the very least, you want to abolish random, but if you can get elemental too, that's great, but you can live with elemental if you just get really impatient. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to load up my save file that I made off screen, and then we'll come right back and finish up some other side quests here. Okay, I'm back. So now what we want to do is we want to continue on with the Queen of Cards side quest. As I mentioned before, I've already eliminated the random rule and the elemental rule from Dollet, so the only rules we have now in Dollet, or the only rule we have, is open. Now before we do anything else, we want to head into Hotel Dollet, and as you can see there's a save point there, which I may take advantage of in just a minute here, but the first thing I want to do is spend $100 to stay in the hotel here, because that'll give us access to another Timber Maniacs magazine. And we can actually go back to Timber now and do the same thing at their end. So I may do that once I wrap things up here. And actually, you know, I'm actually going to go ahead and make a backup save file before I continue on with the next part of this quest. So I'm going to take another break here, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. And now we're going to go ahead and move forward with some side quests in this area. First thing we want to do again is continue the Queen of Cards side quest. So to do that, we're going to head back down the way we ran when we were running away from the giant spider robot thing. I can't remember its serial number, but not really important here. But yeah, you can see there's a little balcony up there, and that's where we're going to be heading to continue the side quest, or the Queen of Cards side quest. So now that we're in the pub, we just go upstairs, and since we sent the Queen of Cards to Dollet, she will be up here, as you can see. Now, what we want to do is talk to her, ask her about her artist father. There we go. Yeah, so she gave the mini-mod card to her son, and we'll be winning that back in just a little bit. But this is how the side quest works. When you give her a rare card that she needs, her father will make a new card. And the Kyros card is the card that was made from the mini-mod card. It's in Dollet City, we'll be there soon enough, and that's a card we definitely want to win for the sake of this playthrough. The next card she wants is a sacred card, but we don't have that yet, so we can't do anything about it. And then right here what we have is another Timber Maniac, so let's go ahead and read that. And now what we want to do is play this guy in a card game. So we'll just say yes, and then once I've defeated him, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and once we beat him, he talks about how good we are, and yeah, he will invite us back to his private room. Seems a little sketchy, but anyway, this is where that secret bridge or balcony, whatever thing is. And now that we're here, let's see if I can do this now. Nope, I think I gotta play him first before I can. Yep, play him. And he actually has a rare card that we want to get our hands on. So if I don't get the card here, then I will show you when I get it. Alright, he's playing the card I'm looking for, which is the Siren card. It's a card I really enjoy using for just my for playing the game. So let's go ahead and see if we can pick that up. Now, let's see. Yep. Alright, well, that was easy enough. Game is basically in hand here. So let's see if we can completely wipe him out and get all of his cards. Nope, doesn't look like I'm going to be able to doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get all the cards he has, but we'll get 4 of them. The difference rule really makes a big difference in terms of helping you boost your card collection really fast. So if you can get it to spread early on, it is definitely beneficial for you. So yeah, but now that we've won that card, I think the next thing we need to do is, yep, there we go. Now you can check this stack of magazines, and you get a bunch of items. I think let's see, you're supposed to be able to, nope, that's not what I want to do, nope. Yeah, that's not what I want to do. Just some story about this guy talking about, yeah, it's kind of weird. Anyway, let's see if I get this. Yeah, he's talking about his... Well, I guess you gotta talk to him and then you get some... I forgot about this. You talk to him, after you come in here, you get some rare cards and... Yeah. Let's see. You're supposed to be able to get a magazine... No, I don't want to read the note. You're supposed to be able to get a magazine from the stack here. You're supposed to be able to get an occult fan number 2, I believe. I don't know why. Maybe I need to leave and come back. I've never had this much trouble getting the magazine before. I don't know if I'm just examining the stack wrong. Okay, that's cool. Why is it? Maybe I just gotta keep examining it and then I'll get something. There it is. Yeah, you just have to keep examining that stack of magazines over and over again. And eventually you'll get it. Let's see, let's go ahead and read the note. Alright. Yeah, so nothing really interesting there. I'm assuming something happened. His wife was probably a good card player, and they don't really explain that whole story. I'm assuming that's her artist father, maybe? Or is, yeah. Anyway, I don't really know the whole story there. Not that important. But that's really all we can do there. So the next thing I want to do is, let's see. Yeah, I want to win the mini mod card from her son, and her son is down there. You can see the kid right here. You walk up to him, and then he's gonna run inside. And I think this is actually her artist father. I don't know who the pub owner is. And yeah, this guy is complaining about a bone on the painting, on his painting. I think it's a reference to there's an artist who I believe used to put like a blue dog in all of his painting, or not used to, I think he's still active, who puts a blue dog in like all of his paintings, and he's pretty well known for it. So I guess this is kind of a reference to that. But this is just a little side quest. If you examine the painting, then Squall will say, "Oh, I recognize that place," and then there'll be a dog standing where the bone is. Talk to the dog, you get an item. I'm not going to do that right now. I actually want to do that later when we get to disc 3, because you can get some really good items, or not really good, but you get much better items if you do it then. So what I want to do now is I'm going to play this guy and win the mini mod card, and once he plays it, I'll be right back. Alright, so he's playing the mini mod card again. Let's go ahead and win that back. Now, as you can see, he's going through his cards a little bit slowly. Not as slowly as he did. He went through the cards much more slowly in the first game. But you can tell this guy is supposed to be a skilled player because of how long it's taking him to make his moves. So yeah, as you can see there, he's really taking his time now. But won't really help him. We got the game won. So yeah, that's basically it then. Now, we'll play defensively. I don't really need a bunch of cards at this point. We got a mini mod card back, and we've got all these cards, so why not grab another Torama while I'm at it. Alright, I think that's most of what we can do here. There is one other little side scene. I think I have a little extra time, so I'll go ahead and show that off real quick. There's something else that you can do while you're here. If you notice when we were back where the path to the communication tower starts, there was a little bit of there's a guard there, and he's supposed to be blocking people from getting through, but you can actually go up there, and yeah, there's a little cutscene that you can see while you're up there. So why not? I'll go ahead and show that off, and then we'll finally move on. Yeah, so you talk to him, and he says, "Oh, can't come through," but then you keep coming after him, and yeah, for some reason he gets really nervous and weird. I don't know what happened to his leg there, but yeah. Now, there isn't a whole lot that you can see back here. All the enemies that you can fight, I'm pretty sure are the exact same as what they were before. So like anacondors, geezards, pretty basic stuff like that. Nothing actually worth fighting. So there's really no purpose to come back here unless you just want to see this little cutscene. You can't even make it back to the communication tower itself, and well, this cutscene right here is about to show you why. So you have a Galbadian soldier, and yeah, we're gonna take you on. Come on. And he gets super He gets super excited about it for some reason. And yeah, they bring out another one of those spider robots, but yeah, apparently it's not working out too well. Oh, they got a backup. They got these things mass produced. How efficient. Yeah, I don't even know why that happened, but all right. Nothing to see here. This was all an illusion. But yeah, you can't get back up there, so that's all we can really do here. So now we're gonna finally move on with the plot. Well, actually, you know what? There's actually one other thing I want to do. I'm gonna head back to Timber, actually, and I'm gonna go ahead and get that Timber Maniac. So I'll meet you back at Timber. Oh yeah, I forgot. No, actually, I forgot about this little scene. This little end to the scene here. Apparently, the soldier passed out when he messed up his leg. So yeah, guess we're all good. But yeah. Now I'm gonna meet you back at Timber. Okay, I'm back, and now we're back in Timber. So I'm gonna head into the Timber Hotel. I'm pretty sure we can stay at the hotel now, and then we'll be able to get access to another Timber Maniacs. Alright, there we go. So we can read that. And now we are finally ready to move on with the plot. So, unfortunately, there are no more trains. And the gate thanks us for our business. If you try to go back in, the gate will close on you, and the girl will be like, "Oh, Katie doesn't like it when you try to come in without paying." And it's like, I'm pretty sure that you guys could just tell us to leave if that were the case. Don't think we need a gate yelling at us, but that's why I'm not a business owner, I guess. I just don't understand how maybe I don't understand how to properly secure a hotel, so that's why I don't run one. But yeah, since there's no train, we're gonna have to run over to the forest connecting us to Galbadia Garden. But since we have encountered none, that really isn't an area of concern for us at all. And there's a forest right there, so we're just gonna really not a long run at all. And you can run there on the road, so yeah, it's really not a concern at all. It's not as big of a deal as they made it seem. But I'm actually going to stop the video here. So next time we'll be heading through the forest and making our way to Galbadia Garden. I'm sure it's going to be a perfectly smooth journey from this point on. Until then, this has been Marathon Hurdler. I want to thank you guys as always for checking out my videos, and hopefully I will see you next time.